amount of sheer talent and hard work that this next Olympic team is going to have, no matter who is on it, I know that it is going to be a great and very successful and medal-filled event. Last year was a breakthrough year for me, and I want to continue building on it. So as long as I keep healthy, keep happy, and keep training the way I have been, then I know that everything will work out, and hopefully I will be in Milan with some of my favorite people. And just thinking about that gives me a lot of motivation and excitement. There are so many things in skating that I'm yet to try that I want to. And I don't know how much longer I will be competing, since being 25 and figure skating, ladies singles, it's like, oh, I'm a dinosaur. It's fine, I'm not. So there are so many things that I want to try that I'm having to wait. I'm like, okay, after this next season, I'll let myself try it. After this next season, I'll let myself try it, because it's just not worth the risk at this point. Right now, it's about consistency and improving upon what I already have. So going forward, it's just going to be about focusing on that rather than trying to accomplish something new. The amount of sheer talent and hard work that this next Olympic team is going to have, no matter who is on it, I know that it is going to be a great and very successful and medal-filled event. I love training here. I love the people around me, my community, my home, just everything has come together so well in my now adult life. Being here away from home, I'm still able to contact family or get home pretty quickly back to Texas if I need to. But being surrounded by the mountains and by just such Olympic spirit has been really motivating over these past 3 years. It has been a learning process for sure. It's really hard, especially as an individual athlete that performs. So it's not just like a downhill skier, it's you in the snow, it's you in the mountain. It's me and the thousands of people that are directly looking at me, that sometimes I'll make direct eye contact with, that I can't be making, I can't look angry unless that's what the program calls for. I have to look like I'm enjoying myself, even though I might have just fallen flat on my face. It is very different in figure skating than any other sport, in my opinion. So it can be very, very taxing mentally and emotionally, and I really think this last generation of skaters, especially after COVID when we were all so separated, we've really come together more and really supported each other, because we all understand how hard that pressure is to perform. So we've been able to really be there for each other and uplift each other. And then of course in figure skating there's the team event. Yes, we compete as individuals, but our scores tally up together, and that medals or whatever is on the line. So I think that, along with just over time, we've really come together as a community in figure skating, even though it is typically an individual sport, or maybe, you and one other person. Over the years, I've worked with sports psychologists. I have one that I've been working with for a couple of years now. She is like an idol to me, absolutely incredible. Want to grow up to be like her one day. And then over this last year, I started neurotherapy, because in figure skating, you might not think it, but we do bonk our noggins sometimes, which leads to concussions. And that had been affecting me pretty significantly, and my psychologist recommended neurotherapy, and I've been going to a place local in the Springs, and it has helped tremendously in not just skating but my everyday life.
What is that one? What do you do with neurotherapy?
I'd look it up on your own time, but it is pretty interesting. It follows your neurons firing, your brain activity, your heart rate, factors in all those types of things, and you are able to, it's almost like a dog clicker like training thing. It teaches your brain to either calm down, speed up, whatever it might need to do, because it's not just for athletes. There are people with Alzheimer's or Parkinson's that use it, and it really does help. So there are many, many things that it can impact, but for me it has been from brain injury in the past, just healing from that. You are not defined by your results, by your training, especially for young athletes. Growing up, my worth was determined on how well I trained that day. And that is just not accurate at all. This is something that you started because you love it, because you enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, what even is the point of success? It's worthless, in my opinion. So to be able to really step back and realize why you love it and what is important about it and why it matters to you, rather than trying to do things to please others. Because I feel like that is something that stems from within ourselves, we try and please others and make others happy, and then that leads to perfectionism and self-criticism, and then it becomes internal because you're trying to please other people. So really just take a step back and enjoy yourself and base your own worth off of what's important, not just a skill or activity that you enjoy to do. Yeah, I have many nerdy little hobbies I enjoy. And I've been able to bond with people over them, which has been a really fun thing to see. I want to make sure that we continue moving forward as a community, not just the LGBTQ community, but also as just an inclusive society in both figure skating and just everyday life. I want to continue to move that forward rather than take steps back, which is what I'm seeing nowadays. So I try and use the small platform that I had to encourage people to be more accepting and more loving, because we're all just human. We're all just here on this earth, and we need to enjoy our time here. And why be hateful when you can just be loving? I'm very grateful. I've won the first 2 competitions I've competed in this season, and I hope to keep the streak going. It feels like flying. It is just weightlessness and just the flow and the atmosphere, and you're out there alone, which can be a little scary sometimes, but also so freeing. God, confidence is everything. It's what I was missing last Olympic season, and rightfully so. I hadn't really done much, and now my accomplishments speak for themselves. Definitely one competition at a time. I count down the days to the next competition, but Milan's kind of far out. Neurotherapy is a new tool in my arsenal. It is something that has really helped me both on and off the ice. I'm very grateful for the people at Neurotherapy of Colorado Springs that have helped me with concussion recovery, as well as just managing my overall anxiety. I really think that the Olympics is one of the most incredible times for a country, especially America, to come together to support Team USA. Even if you're not patriotic, usually a lot of people become patriotic during something like this. They want to cheer on the fellow athletes from this country, and I think it's a great time to try and find some common ground.
Do you feel a responsibility a little bit for that then too?
Of course I do. It's something that is really hard, especially in these times, and especially as someone who advocates for the queer community and mental health and so many other things. And it can be hard to connect with some people who don't have the same mindsets, but I hope that as Americans we can all agree that we want to improve this country and move it forward as a whole. It's such a hard thing, and in figure skating it's so different because I don't think we have too many trans athletes at the elite level yet, but you know, one day we might, and that might become a problem, which we need to be able to allow people to enjoy figure skating. It doesn't matter what your gender is. This is a sport that everyone deserves to enjoy and compete in and be able to express themselves in. It's not like swimming or track where a lot of people do it. It's a very niche sport, so we haven't had any challenges in this, but if there ever were, then I think it's something that people deserve to participate in regardless of their gender identity.
What I didn't know in our past interviews is your hobby of magic.
That makes it sound like I'm doing magic tricks. I'm not quite that cool. Magic the Gathering, yes.
And tell me about that.
It's a nerdy little card game that I enjoy, a bit of fantasy and card collecting, and I get to go to local game stores and play with other people.
And so, do people know do they know your history on ice when they play with you in this card game?
God, no. No idea.
They have no idea who you are?
Nope.
And you don't want them to know?
No, I do not.
It reveals too much.
It does.
Why is this important to you?
It's a hobby, and that's something I didn't have for a long time. I was all figure skating all the time, and it's something that I can do in my free time. It's a strategy game that I can really just let my mind go blank of all figure skating and focus on just enjoying myself.
When it says you're a Star Wars fan, how much of a Star Wars fan are you?
I'd say pretty moderate, not too extreme because I know it can go pretty deep, but I've seen all the media that you can see, even the Clone Wars, all the movies, all the TV shows. I have some lightsabers at home. I have definitely nicked myself in the shin quite a few times with them, trying to twirl them and bruise myself. But yeah, I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan. I have Luke's, I have Anakin's, and I have Mace Windu's.
I have Mace's, I've got Luke's, I've got Anakin's, and I've got Darth Vader's.
Ah, that's where you got me.
I've got 4 of them on my wall.
I have a black kyber crystal though.
I don't have that.
Pulled it first try at Disneyland.
So what color is your lightsaber?
It ends up being red, but I haven't put that one in yet. I haven't bled the crystal, I promise.
You're a red lightsaber.
I guess I am.
Yeah. All right. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's
Embrace
okay.
it.
Yeah.
So.
I've been working so hard to reach my potential, and I knew that one day my potential could be making an Olympic team, and to finally do that is so satisfying. Exhaustion, excitement for sure, and I'm just eager to get home to train.
How does this moment compare to maybe Olympic dreams you had as a kid thinking about this moment?
It's funny because people keep asking, like, oh, your childhood dream of making the Olympics. And I was like, I didn't even dream of that as a kid because I was like, no, only so many people make it. Like, that's not going to happen. So it only became like a goal of mine like a couple years ago. But I've been working so hard to reach my potential, and I knew that one day my potential could be making an Olympic team, and to finally do that is so satisfying.
Would you sum up this week in St. Louis and maybe love you felt from the crowd, when you competed and then today again?
Oh, absolutely incredible. I had standing ovations that just filled my heart. I couldn't be more grateful for the cheering and the support throughout the programs. It just really gave that extra bit of motivation to just really enjoy that moment because we've all been working so hard for it. So to soak it all in was just a great experience.
This is all obviously so new, but what are you looking forward to when we talk about the Olympics and going to Milan?
I'm looking forward to spending time with the team. We're all so close, and we all are working towards this incredible goal, and not many people know what that's like. So to be able to all be in the same place for once is just really, really fun, to be honest. And to get to experience like the village and, the opening closing ceremonies and just being there on the biggest stage in the world is so exciting.
If you have a moment, is there any other sport you want to check out?
What's hard is that we're all so separated this year in Milan, and because it is Milan Cortina. But we will not be seeing Cortina at all. So there are a few sports in Milan that I would really love to see. I'm just not sure what the schedule will allow. But I would love to see some women's hockey.
Alyssa was joking. She used to say, oh, here's my mom, Amber, when you guys were places. Just the three of you together. We get to see it from afar. Describe how the three of you have come together like this.
It's so interesting because I met Alyssa when she was really young, and I got to see her rise to success at such a young age and, go to the Olympics. And then she retired. And then Isabel came in, and she won a national title before I did. And I saw her come from this, really young, shy girl to really stepping into her own as both a woman and an athlete. And then, of course, having them both together is a bit chaotic, but so fun because they're both pretty young. I mean, Alyssa just became like 20 years old, like is no longer a teenager. So I'm quite a bit older than both of them. But I've known both of them for so long, and to see them grow has been an honor, honestly. And they're both special as both athletes and people. And I'm just so grateful that they allow me to be able to, I don't know if mentor them's the right word, because they're both very successful, even more qualified than me in some regards, athletes that I'm just happy that we're on the same team.
Yeah.
Amber, your pin is so special and so important. Can you explain why you have that pride, why you want to wear the pin?
Yeah, it's to show representation for my community And I want to continue to normalize having queer people in these spaces, and that we can be some of the top athletes in the world and be ourselves while doing so, especially on such a global stage when not everywhere accepts people for who they are. I want to continue to move us forward as a community.
Beautifully said, thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
How important is it to peak at the right time in figure skating? And does it feel like this entire team, men's, women's, pairs, dance, is all kind of doing that right now?
Definitely. And, you know, being 26 in ladies figure skating, you don't expect that to be someone's peak. So I think we've all had very different journeys to be able to peak at this correct time. And honestly, we need to just take a few days to kind of soak this all in. And I know we're all going to be training to do even better in Milan.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.